Hello, my name is Linda Puzey, and this is my HCI project, The Runaway. So, The Runaway is a choice-based horror game for mobile devices. It consists of little story blurbs, and that will require the user to make a decision on where they want to go in the story for the character. The story will have lots of different branching paths and different endings, and it encourages replayability for the player. One of the main features I'm implementing is the story tree feature, which will keep track of all the choices that the player has made and allow them to go back at any time and make a different choice in the story. This game is intended for horror lovers and people that like to read in general. If you don't like to read, you won't like this game at all. And here are some main screens for the game. So all the way to the left, we have the title screen. It's pretty simple. So it's the title. It allows you to start up the game. And then it shows the story tree and the how to play section. So the next section of it is the how to play section. It just describes how to play. All you do is you read and you choose a choice. And then you can select the story tree to go to different parts of the story. And then lastly, we have the actual story tree section itself. So this fills out as you play the game. So currently we have a couple of choices that are filled out, but some of them say you need to keep playing to access this choice. These are also buttons so you can click and go straight to that decision. And then here we have some gameplay screens. So these are different blurbs in the story. So at the left, we have a section where you can choose between explaining or not explaining when the doctor is asking you something. So at the end, we have an end screen. So this is when you hit the end of a story where either your character dies or something like that. So this is just the end. You can't make any more choices, so it will prompt the user to return to the main menu. Also, and notice on each page, they each say view story tree, so you can open that up whenever you like and go to a different part in the story. Yeah, so some additional features that I included in the game was a back and a forward button, so you can go back to any previous page that you're on and continue from there. You can also return to those pages. I also made it so after you've clicked on a choice, it will turn purple so that you know that you made that choice, and it's a lot easier when replaying the game. So the usefulness of this game in the real world is it's entertainment. I think entertainment is really important, especially in this day and age when people are stuck at home and they don't have as much to do. And personally, I chose horror because horror allows us to face evils that we normally wouldn't face, and you can discover what you might do in a crazy situation like that. My favorite part about horror is at the end, you get to triumph over that evil, and when you do, it feels so satisfying. So that is the end of my presentation. We're going to go to the gameplay demo now. So here is the gameplay demo. We're currently on the title screen. We're using an iPhone 5 on the inspect feature. This is just a website, so you can change and do whatever you like. I have it zoomed in, so it's just a bit easier to view. But yeah, so let's go to how to play. So it tells us how to play. You read the story, choose a choice. Then you can select the story tree and make a different choice. So let's go back to the main menu. And now it's purple to show that we have already been there. Let's view the story tree as well. So as you can see, we have we have not made any choices yet because we haven't played the story. So the game is telling us to go and play some things before we can go anywhere there. We can just hit the back button. All right, and then let's get started. Alrighty, so I'll read a little bit of this and I'll just show you how it works. So we'll read this section. Thunder rumbled outside the barred window of the psychiatric hospital. A young girl, Lexi, sat on her bed in an isolated room. A soft knocking was heard. So I have two choices. I can choose Lexi jumped a little. Who is it? She asked. Or I can say Lexi ignored the knocking and continued to stare into the vastness of space. So I can play as however character I want to be. What's cool is I can also click on the view story tree, and since we have done the start of the story, I can see that it shows up, so I can click back there and go back to the start of the story. So I'm going to pick Lexi jumped a little. Who is it? She asks. All right. So Lexi jumped a little. Who is it? She asked. A short woman with dark curly hair unlocked the door and entered the room. Hello, Lexi. I am your psychiatrist, Dr. Taylor. She gave us a friendly smile. I wanted to ask you a few questions. Lexi nodded. Do you know where you are? Dr. Taylor asked. And then I can choose, do I know where I am or do I not know where I am? So I'm going to shrug. Lexi shrugged. You are at the Macbeth Psychiatric Hospital. You are here because you attacked a group of people at a local CVS pharmacy, Dr. Taylor responded, jotting down a few things in her notepad. And so this section I only have one choice to make. What happened was not my fault, Lexi pleaded. And then I can continue going and making decisions. So I'll just click a few to go through it and show you what an end screen. So something's happened. A man's attacking us now. So I can warn Dr. Taylor or I can push a dresser. We're going to push the dresser. And then I got another choice, so I can shove the dresser into the man or I can cry for help. Let's try and cry for help. Oh no. So we have reached an endpoint in the game because there are no more choices left and I have to return to the main menu. So Lexi cried for help. Did you really think anyone would hear you? He grinned, punching Lexi in the face. The blow knocked her unconscious. She fell onto the floor right next to Dr. Taylor. The man chuckled, carrying her out of the hospital. Dun-da-da. So I can go to the main menu or I can also view my story tree and then blah blah blah. There are all the choices that I made. And then I say I want to change. Let's change this one right here. So let's try Lexi refuse to explain this time. And then now we should get different choices. So yeah, now both of those choices are unlocked because I made both choices. So yeah. And then you can go through and display as many times as you like and go try and unlock all the choices. So yeah, this is my game, The Runaway. Thank you for watching.